Welcome back to World of Warships Legends. We're back with another slightly above average premium ship review. Tupac would be proud. He'd be proud of the California because it knows how to party. And today we are going to be partying with the California on Fault Line in a domination match. Unfortunately, I did not have the foresight to get the ship review and whatnot and the commander review after this game in the port, so that won't be happening. We are using William Sims, and if you want to know how I configured William Sims, just go watch my West Virginia video from last week because it's the exact same commander and the exact same ship build in terms of how I configured the commander. The ship build's not the same, but the setup of the commander is. All right, we are here in the California. As you can see, we have three repair parties, three airplanes. I want to say I think we're using the turret traverse mod and the damage con mods here in the California. California is very strong AA. It is possible to achieve a 100 AA rating. However, since in my opinion there are way less carriers being played nowadays, except at Tier 7. I used to run Willis Lee and do an AA build at a rating of 99. You can get it over 100 if you choose his AA skill in the first row and use the AA mod. However, I want to say with this build, I'm not doing that simply because I don't feel it is necessary anymore in the game. As you can see, 60,200 hit points for our ship. We are using Will to Rebuild as the legendary skill for Mr. Sims. And this is not an ideal setup. In my opinion, for a battleship, an ideal setup is a capture of the base. Although this is one of the battleships or the ships in general where I wouldn't mind having an aircraft carrier as one of those battleships shoot at us, and we would be getting a clear skies medal like you read about. I have gotten clear sky medals in the California before, just not in a game that was good enough to present to you folks. And I've been in other games where California's get clear sky medals. It has awesome AA. I talked about this in my Weeby video. The Weeby has 16-inch guns. So if you like big guns, get the Weeby. The California has excellent AA, so if you want to shoot down a lot of enemy airplanes and really screw up the aircraft carriers, they get the California. And if you just want a tough ship that comes with the added memories of being one of the, um, I guess you could say, most emotionally invested monuments of Pearl Harbor, then you would be looking at the Arizona. So that's the difference, in my opinion, between those ships. The California is the best AA. The West Virginia has okay AA. The Arizona has substandard AA. The West Virginia has the best guns. The California's guns are pretty good. I think the Arizona's guns are a little more accurate than the California. But then again, the California has tons of AA. They widened the ship specifically for the AA. If you're looking at the ship here, you can see that little portion on the outside. I believe they widened the hull there to add more AA as a result of what happened at Pearl Harbor. All right, so we're hooking up with the new American alternate tech tree tier for Battleship Nevada or Nevada, depending on where you're from. As you can see, we hit them with a Citadel, and a Tennessee follows up with a Dev Strike. So kudos to Mr. Tennessee for some good shooting. And so we didn't get a kill there, but I mean, hey, it's all good. Teammates. Remember the NFL used to have these teammates ads where they'd be like, Jim Bob caught the touchdown from his quarterback last week, winning the game for the Patriots. Teammates. All right, I know that's very from the 80s and whatnot. Sorry about that. Trip down memory lane. We're still California dreaming here in the California. Tupac would be proud. I say that. I don't really think he would be proud. I quite frankly think he wouldn't give an F, but that's just me. All right, so we're here. We are deciding that that may not be the greatest place to go. Talk about Charlie. So I'm going to turn, and this cruiser is going to get out of my way, and we're going to head over towards the Koenig because Alpha is still in doubt, and there's already a bunch of battleships over near Charlie. They can handle that. We'll go with the Koenig, and we won't leave him hanging like this cruiser did. And hopefully, we can affect the outcome of the match in a meaningful way. This isn't really ideal. U.S. battleships don't have enough speed to cover the entire map, in my opinion. So we probably should have stayed over by Charlie, but both of the enemy destroyers were over there. The ship does not react well to destroyers. So I didn't really want to deal with that. Maybe I should have headed towards Alpha from the beginning. It's hard to say. But at the end of the day, just know that once we're headed toward into Alpha, unless we turn around like right now, we're not going to be able to get back to Charlie. The ship just does not have the speed to do that, nor does any tier 5 or below US battleship. You can see there we got 4 hits on the Nuremberg and did a lot of damage there. And uh, was that a Congo? Whoever it is, our fellow battleship hit him. He, I think, is going to stay broadside to us, which is very confusing to me. Oh no, he's going to turn the other way. Well, you can turn the other way. I'll shoot you on that side. And that's the Citadel. Adios, amoebas. And down goes the Nuremberg for our first kill. All right, we get a Bayern here. German battleship. We will fess him up here in a minute. And we're just waiting on that reload. As you can see, we're not even up to 20 knots yet. And he is conveniently giving us an almost full broadside. Thank you so much, Bayern Commander, for doing that. And we promptly whiff on all but one shell. All right, so then we straighten out. He gave us full broadside. We're going to give him one. He's shooting HE. Why would you shoot HE at another battleship? And we whiffed there too. So maybe the accuracy of the California with um, Billy Sims leaves a little bit to be desired. We're going to try again. Front 2 turrets. And we get some measly hits there. Right now, I'm pretty disappointed with my life choices. Um, I put Billy Sims in here. I'm like, we'll get better accuracy. We'll have more range with the guns. I put Sims in the Arizona and Lee in the ship in the beginning, but the California has 200 meters more gun range, so that's why I switched them back. And as you can see, we're doing a pretty good amount of damage there. We did not get a turret. We're getting some help from our teammates. And we're just waiting for that reload. Teammate again knocks a nice chunk off of the Bayern. And we're just hoping we can give him that full salvo here. And he is turning away. So as they turn away, I like to aim higher to kind of compensate for them turning away. And our teammate finishes them off before we can get those rear turrets around. Now, speaking of broadsides, this Ismail's going to give us the broadside too. And this should be like the dinner bell. And me and my teammate again finish him off. I started, he finished due to that full broadside. So thanks, teammate. I would have loved to have done that myself, but circumstances chose otherwise. All right, so we got New Mexico here. Tech Tree, Tier 5 ship. And at least he's not giving us a total broadside. And as you can see, that salvo really didn't do anything to him at all. So at that angle, his armor rejected our salvo there. So disappointing, but just a note to you watching out there in the internet world that the New Mexico can, I'm not going to say bow tank, but I'll say reject a salvo if it's played correctly. Now, I want to say this is a much more advantageous angle for us. We get the Citadel on the high caliber. We're turning second two turrets, Dev Strike, end of the New Mexico. All right, so I'm feeling good about life. We shoot down his airplane just to add insult to injury, and there is that a Fuso? His name was up there on the screen momentarily. I was too busy celebrating what a great kill that was of the New Mexico to remember the name of the ship. All right, it is a Fuso. So I would say Fuso, soft skin Japanese battleship tier 4, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, wait, that's a Congo. Uh, is the Fuso a tier 5? Shows you how much preparation I do for this stuff, kids. You know, let's look on the internet. Fuso. Is the Fuso a tier 5? And he is also giving us near full broadside. We're not disappointed about that at all. That salvo goes out, and we get a Confederate medal. I really like that. The Confederate says, "You are a team player." And I am a team player in the California. I'm just here to party. All right, still struggling to find out if the Fuso is a tier 5, and I believe it is. All right, so there we go. So the Fuso's hiding behind an island. We've got a insurmountable points lead. The Fuso would have to kill everybody on our team. We have a 4-to-1 advantage, and he's being damaged behind this island by someone else. Um, and we're not going towards Charlie. We're just trying to get to the Fuso, but I feel pretty confident we are not going to do that. So let's talk about the California. It doesn't have the guns of the New Mexico, maybe doesn't have the overall armor toughness or survivability of the Arizona. The Arizona, I mean, it's lauded as a tough ship. I think it is the toughest of the three. Um, but it does have that AA suite, and you can't discount the effect of that AA in a game nowadays if there's an aircraft carrier. However, I tried very hard to get an aircraft carrier match. I don't know, I mean, after I record this, I might play some more games in the California, see if I can get one with a clear sky medal. Whoop-de-doo, but if I can't, um, well, if I can, I'll still show this video. How about that? So if I get one, great. If I don't get one, also great. We'll just show this one. So an aircraft carrier game would be the best way to run the California, but you don't know that until you get into the game. You can see the dispersion, still pretty crazy, and that is the end of the match. Even with Lee, still bad dispersion. All right, I don't even. This I guess is the Order and Discipline campaign. All right, we ended up with the high caliber medal, the Confederate medal, and a Dev Strike. 138,242 total damage, 2 kills, 6 citadels, 270,000 plus silver, over 5,600 chip XP, commander XP, 2076 top of the board in the California. Not necessarily the greatest game, but it is what it is.